So I think there's really two questions that underlie the recession debate. And I think the first one is are we currently in recession? And the second is, if not, how likely is a recession, over the next year or so? So starting with the first question, various commentators, maybe those in the financial press, have recently suggested the US economy is already in recession. And that's the result of a reported contraction in real GDP growth in the first quarter and what's likely to be another contraction in GDP in the second quarter. Now, the NBER's definition and methodology uses a much more comprehensive approach. So they consider a recession a significant decline in economic activity, and they use a range of things like real aggregate incomes and consumption, manufacturing, trade sales, industrial production, and employment based on the household and establishment survey. So now if we look across these indicators, what we find is that more recently, actually, 3 out of 6 of them are actually in contraction, which basically suggests it's possible that we're currently in recession. But we think we're more likely just realizing a rapid loss of economic momentum and one that eventually will culminate in an outright recession. Now there are other factors that lead us to believe that recession is more likely than not this year. And the biggest being monetary policy. Realigning inflation with target will require restrictive monetary policy. And because inflation now appears more broader based, more entrenched, targeting, just below trend growth, I think may not be enough to bring inflation back down. And I think it's increasingly likely that the Fed will need to target outright contraction and activity, to really get inflation under control. So that's why we think recession is ultimately inevitable.